Hey guys, welcome to Surf and Show. I'm Noel Salas, and today is episode 1 of our How to Surf Better series. The new topic is frontside barrel riding. This is going to be fun. Sit back, get your favorite drink, enjoy the show. Now, before we get started, I want to remind our community I am not an expert tube rider. Born and raised here in Southern California, learning how to get barreled at the local beach breaks. Even my local spots right now don't barrel very often. And traveling on tour on the QS, it wasn't like we were surfing the Dream Tour. I never went on any trips like Indo, Bali, Fiji, where I went somewhere to learn how to tube ride. Everything I've learned is surfing the local beach breaks. And when I get into a barrel, 9 times out of 10, I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of it. So I just started learning how to become a better tube rider surfing Kelly Slater's wave pool. And after going there 4 times, learning how to enter the barrel, stay in the barrel, and really set the rail and that kind of stuff is what I want to give to you guys. And I believe this series will help you if you're surfing smaller waves and you're getting into barrels, or you're trying to get barreled and you can't set that rail and you're looking for some tips. That's what this series is all about. All right, enough about that. Let's have a look at a few waves and see what we're working on in this episode. Now, as I paddle in, I'm coming in from behind the peak so I can stay in the barrel a little bit longer. And as I start to come out, it starts to pinch on me. Let's look at it one more time and talk about technique. Now, as I paddle in, I'm taking my time as I get to my feet, but right here, I commit to setting that toe side rail, picking my line, and I want to point out that my lead arm is out in front of me, and that's going to shift my weight forward so I can pick up speed in the barrel. The other thing I want to point out is that my trailing arm is back here. It's actually touching the wave face, keeping me close, and as I set that toe side rail, I'm able to hold my line, stay in the barrel, and be able to withstand the wave hitting me so I can come out. Now on this wave, stalling a little bit. Now the wave starts to take off. I'm matching the speed, putting my weight forward so I can come out. Let's slow it down and look at it again. Now as I'm stalling to set up the barrel, I'm going to shuffle both feet closer to the toe side rail so I can set my line. Let's get in close so I can show you what I'm talking about. The shuffle is moving back foot and front foot closer to this toe side rail so I can wedge the rail in and set the line I want to travel on inside the barrel. Do you notice how I'm holding my line? I'm not going down too far where the lip can hit me, and I'm not drifting up the wave face where the lip can get me in the head. The other thing I want to point out is that my lead arm right here is on the outside of my lead leg. And that's going to give me good balance, and my lead arm is more front and centered over my front knee, so that's shifting my weight forward so I can keep up with the barrel, because Kelly's wave's pretty fast on the end barrel to make it out. Now, one of the things I also want to point out that you guys can do, and this will help you have a nice strong stance in the barrel, is my hand is now touching the hillside rail out here, and now you get a good picture of my shoulder and knee are close, and my lead arm is on the outside of my lead leg. And all this matters to give you good balance, to ensure that you're going to come out of the barrel clean and then finish it off with a good turn if the wave permits. Now that we've seen a couple waves and we know what we're working on, I want to remind you, the wall behind me is my wave. The first wave, the way I look at it is when the waves come in, I'm already reading how I want to approach the wave. And the first wave, I actually paddled kind of slow. I got behind the peak, and then I popped to my feet real fast. I pulled in from behind the peak so I could be in the barrel longer. Now, when I popped to my feet, I actually set my line, and I took my posture, and I needed to be strong in the barrel there. Now, this is a little almond-shaped barrel. It's not a big gaping wedge, so I always want my body to match the shape of the barrel. But the first thing I want to talk about is setting the line. This is really important. I wish somebody had given me this tip. And I see it now when I watch the best tube riders in the world surfing frontside. I notice that they stand closer to the toe side rail. Let me explain. On this first wave, when I popped to my feet, I purposefully stood closer to the rail that's facing the wave, closer to my toes. Standing closer to the toe side rail is actually going to set the rail in the water and give me a bunch of traction, almost like another fin. Remember, water adheres to curve. Think of a finless surfboard. When you stand up on a finless surfboard, you have to stand closer to the rail that's closest to the wave face, so that way the rail will set inside the wave and the wave will grab hold of it and actually give you some sort of traction. So standing up closer to the toe side rail helps me get that rail engaged, and now I've picked a line and I can be confident that the board's not going to go down and let the lip hit me in the head, and it's not going to go up high and throw me over the falls with the lip when it comes down. So setting the line is really important. Stand closer to the toe side rail and you'll have the traction. Now the next thing is, when I got to my feet, my lead arm went out in front of me. My trailing arm is close to the wave face or touching because I want to get nice and close to it. And when this goes forward, it's actually helping me project forward so I can get through that barrel section. This wasn't the kind of barrel that I'm trying to stall in. This is the kind of barrel I'm trying to shoot through and come out the other side. Now, if this is the wave, I want to point something out to you. I talked about it being an almond-shaped barrel. So it's not big and round, and I don't have a lot of room in there. So I'm going to face you to make a point. I see a lot of beginner intermediate surfers. If I'm going this way and here's the barrel, they pull into that barrel bending at the waist like this, and they look that way, and they try to get barrel like this. That's not the best posture for balance. What we want to do is we want to put our trailing arm here. We want to turn our shoulders and hips to the entrance of the barrel because we're looking to come out there. And I want my body to fit, and I want to give my eyes the best ability to keep my eyes on the opening so I can come through. And when I turn like this, it actually gives me a lot more stability, and my weight is centered over my board. Let me explain that. When I turn like this, and I get nice and close, do you see how I can actually shape my shoulder to the shape of the barrel? So if the barrel's real tight, I can actually turn my shoulder in and still have kind of like open shoulders and hips to the exit, right? Let's say it's a little bit rounder, and I want to get a little bit more open, and I want to sit back. This is how we get low like this. We don't get low like this. We turn and face, and then we're able to be nice and strong and stable in the barrel. What makes us stable and strong is that when I turn this way and this trailing hand is in the water, keeping me close to the wave face, I want this lead arm outside of my lead leg. It could even look like this. You can even grab your hillside rail while you're in there if you want to get low enough. This being centered with this arm and this arm being opposite sides of the body, That's what's keeping me centered. And I found that that's what keeps me the most stable and the strongest stance I can take in the barrel. So I can withstand the lip hitting me a little bit and not just getting knocked off. Now I want you to think with me for a second. We've had other topics. Let's just take a cut back. Keep it super simple. I talk about taking a small bottom turn and then going to the top of the wave, and we start the cut back, right? The trailing arm over here comes forward, and the lead arm is now touching the water on the wave. If you think about it, when I come around, shoulders, hips are opening, and now with these arms like this, my body's centered in the middle. That's the same as, here's the barrel, I'm coming towards you, I'm getting nice and low, this hand's in the water, I've set that toe side rail, this is on the outside, now I'm stable and strong, and that will keep me from getting knocked off my board super easy. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed episode 1 of our How to Surf Better series on frontside barrel riding. Now episode 2 will be done shortly, but it's exclusive to our family patrons. Now I put the link for you to join our family in the YouTube description field below. It's simple. You pledge $5 for the month and you unlock exclusive content with multiple episodes on a bunch of different topics. Look, if you like the show, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss an episode, and give us a thumbs up if you like our content. Until next time, we'll see you in the water. Bye-bye.